going through your background today, and stop me if I'm incorrect about anything, but I just wanted to do a quick rundown. So you are a USFS triple gold medal winner, a theater on ice national competitor. You were named a top 4 choreographer by AIT Quest for Creativity. You attended the University of Iowa, where you were on the Division I Ultimate Frisbee team, and you also played clarinet and saxophone in the marching band. One of your hobbies is photography. Is all that correct?
Yes.
So you have a really diverse background of talents, which is super cool to find out. Do you consider yourself an artist or an athlete first?
I'd say an artist.
So when you were growing up, you obviously have been skating a long time. Were you also practicing art that whole time?
Yes. So I started music at a very young age as well, but what I did in skating, yes, I competed, but more of it was about the artistic aspect and expressing art on the ice.
Absolutely. And so when I think of skating, I guess what is most often brought to our attention is like speed skating in the Olympics or figure skating in the Olympics or even hockey. Where do you locate yourself on that spectrum as far as being a performative or artistic skater?
Well, definitely figure skating, and all of us on the show are high-level figure skaters. And a lot of us have competed on high-level stages, international competitions, but all of us really enjoy the performing aspect, and rather than competing at the moment. So.
Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. And does the Disney on Ice show, does that require acting ability, or have you had to develop those skills since you've taken on this role?
So, yes, being on Disney on Ice is very different than other ice shows because, yes, you aren't just skating, you're portraying roles of Disney characters, and in our case, we're, following rules set in place by Disney, and they, expect that you're passionate about portraying roles and acting, and really you just you kind of come in with that notion that you're going to be asked to do roles, and you watch movies and learn from characters in the park or things like that. But yeah, it takes acting skills as well as skating ability.
Very cool. Did you have any theater background or stage background before this?
Not exactly theater, off the ice, but as we said, theater on ice, which was super beneficial coming in because I had portrayed roles in skating before.
What roles have you played in the Disney on Ice show, or what roles are you playing currently?
I'm part of the Ensemble, so I'm a part of many of the production numbers in the show, including Frozen's In Summer, where I get to be a bee, and then in Little Mermaid's Under the Sea, where I am able to play a fish, as well as some other ensemble number characters.
Very cool. How many skaters are in the show? It looks like a lot.
There are about 50 skaters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know any of them beforehand, or did everybody pretty much meet when they became part of the show?
I knew a few from actually where I live, as well as just in the skating community. There are obviously a lot of figure skaters around the world, but it really comes down to a small community.
Sure.
So I knew a few, but definitely people from all over.
And tell us, when did you join Disney on Ice?
So this is my first season. I joined in June.
Very cool. And you've been traveling since June straight through, doing performances all around?
So we had about a month of rehearsals in Florida in June, and then we opened the show for 2 weeks in Puerto Rico before starting the tour in August.
Are you used to such a extensive travel schedule, or has that been an adjustment for you?
It's definitely taken getting used to. Traveling week by week and living in hotels is, of course, something you have to get used to, but touring with Disney on Ice is really a dream come true. So.
Do you get to go out and check out the towns you're performing in while you're there?
Yes, definitely. Yeah? So when we get to a new city, we usually have a day or two free, and then we go check out the sites and whatever's cool in the area.
Any plans while you're here in Roanoke to check out anything in particular? I'm very interested in the mountains here. I'll be going on some hikes. Very cool.
And also just going into downtown Roanoke.
Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you visiting, and I hope you enjoy Roanoke while you're here. One person I wanted to ask you about when I was looking into your background, Surya Bonali was your coach, and
yes.
She is I guess, somewhat famous figure for her backflip, I think, at the Olympics, right? I wanted to ask you what your relationship with her is and how she may have inspired you on your journey to this point.
Definitely. So she's one of my biggest role models, and I'm super grateful to have started working with her. She moved to Minnesota, and that's where I grew up skating. I was super fortunate to start working with her when I was about 10 or 11, and I trained with her. She took me to a few skating camps internationally, and as I grew up, we became really good friends as well.
That's really cool. Are you still in touch with her now?
Definitely, yes. She moved out to Las Vegas to coach, but we still keep in touch, and I'm planning a trip to see her after my season is done.
Very cool. Do you also coach skaters yourself? I think I saw that somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yes. When I was in school, I was coaching, and back at home, coaching.
I guess you had to put that on hold since you've been on tour, but
yes.
Sounds like a great endeavor as well. Before we go, one of our, obviously you're a musician as well, and for our magazine, The City Salt, we mainly cover music as well as other arts and events. But I wanted to ask you, what musical artists or musicians have inspired you, or even who are you listening to currently?
Okay, well, I listen to a lot of different styles of music, but in terms of playing, I play a lot of jazz, both on clarinet and saxophone, and so I'm inspired by Benny Goodman, Charlie Parker, things like that. And then for listening, I'm really, I like country, Chris Stapleton, as well as I'm really into some more instrumental things, such as Rings of Saturn. Their instrumental guitar is pretty great. And then actually one of my favorite artists, he's actually from Minneapolis, Corey Wong, and plays some excellent jazz guitar.
Yeah, that's really cool. We got to talk to Victor Wooten, and he brought up Corey Wong.
Mm-hmm.
And one last thing before I let you go.
Yep.
you're into rescuing animals as well. Will you tell us what your experience with that is?
Yeah, for sure. So my parents started rescuing exotic parrots before I was born, and as I've grown up, we've continued that. We rescue exotic parrots from all over the country, and most of which need some sort of rehabilitation. But instead of rehoming them, we are a forever home. So we take them in, and they just become part of our family.
Wow, that must be quite the conversation starter when you get them all together.
It's definitely not a usual thing to have over 50 exotic parrots in your house, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us, Nila, and we're looking forward to checking out the show this weekend. We hope you enjoy your time in Roanoke and have a great afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.